Okay, so maybe this is like part 4. I call this place the Great Valley. It's so beautiful. It's between Pagosa Springs and South Fork, Colorado. And the story I want to tell you about is I lost my dad. So I had finally, about the time my dad got really sick. He had been sick for a long time. And he had fallen and broke both of his arms, and they had put him in the he went to the hospital, of course, and they wanted to do surgery on him to fix his arms, and I knew that his heart was probably not strong enough to do that. I questioned the doctor, and they're like, oh, we're just gonna we'll do an EKG, and we did, and his heart's fine, even though my dad had a lot of bypasses and things. Anyway, they put him in surgery to fix one of his arms, and yeah, it went bad. We almost lost him that day, and I remember sitting on the floor in a different hospital that they had to transport him to, just praying, Hashem, please give us some more time with him. And Hashem did. Long story short, he ended up at home on hospice, but he was alive, thank God. And that's when I met my husband, Jason. And he lived very far from me, but we had started a relationship, met online through a Noah Hyde website that no longer exists. Well, the website does, but not the dating part. And he came to see me. He drove 9 hours to see me in person and take me out on a date. Yes, that's what a guy that knows your worth will do for you. And anyway, thank God we ended up getting married. So I moved away from all my family to live with my husband near Houston. And even though my dad was on hospice, you still have to live your life and let Hashem take care of everything. Anyway, close to a year after we had been married, so the next night, that afternoon, me and my family had sat around and laughed and joked and we were by my dad's bedside and told him, we're telling all the cool stories that were so funny about him, all the good memories. And everybody got ready for bed. And then he was really struggling. And I just remember somebody telling me to call the nurse, the hospice nurse. And so I had the phone in my hand, and I'm watching my dad. And it all happened very, very fast, but my dad died right in front of my eyes, just literally 2 feet in front of my face to face. That was very hard. But I was in a happy place at that time because I was still in this honeymoon place with my newlywed place with my husband, and I just kind of pushed all that aside. And it was sad, and it was terribly sad, but I didn't really grieve, and I didn't really deal with it the way I really needed to, I guess, or either it was just so traumatic that later, almost a year exactly, my subconscious brought all that back up to me, and turned into anxiety, and the most severe anxiety I'd ever experienced in my whole life. It was really, I guess, what you would call panic, or panic disorder, because I had severe anxiety, like at a 10, 24 hours a day. I had to take medicine just to finally go to sleep. I had to take medicine to go to sleep. I had to take medicine to stay asleep, just to get sleep. And anyway, there was more counseling in my future, of course. Thank God for counselors. That's one of the reasons why I became a life coach. And yeah, so that was the next part of our story. And Baruch Hashem, Hashem brought me healing from all of that.